What they're really trying to say, what they're trying to say, but they won't say it, is like, oh, Jesus was a collectivist, that Jesus would hate the system of private property ownership and he would hate the system of markets and of capitalism. I point to you to a very important parable and a very important recurring theme of Jesus' testimony, which is the theme of multiplication, specifically in the parable of the talents. The parable of the talents, as all of you know, was a parable of a owner, if you will, distributing a certain amount of talents, which was a equivalent of a currency, to each of the individuals that worked for him. And the individual that produced the most from the original deposit, if you will, or the original investment, was most pleased in the eyes of the owner. And the individual that produced marginally, but was somewhat pleased. But the person who did nothing with the gifts that they were given was basically said they would be put into eternal damnation. It was one of Jesus' most harsh repudiations of action in the entire four Gospels. And to kind of sum it all together, though, you have to ask yourself the question, what system allows the people in the body of Christ to multiply most effectively for the kingdom? Were people multiplying in the Soviet Union? Were people multiplying right now for the kingdom in Venezuela where they can't even eat? In order for multiplication to happen, you must have individual freedom and individual liberty. In order for people to multiply, you must have a system that allows multiplication to occur.
Bob McEwen gave a message here where he covered that, Congressman McEwen, and one of the things he often says is he says that for wealth to be created, two parties have to benefit. So if you're a farmer and I'm a baker, I'm gonna buy grain from you at a price that the market will bear, and with the profit you make, you buy more fields, hire more workers. With the grain I buy, I bake bread, and when I sell it, with the profit I make, I buy more ovens, hire more workers, and it creates wealth. For wealth to be created, two parties have to benefit. Now, in socialism, and this is why young people are drawn to it, because they see the disparity between the rich and the poor, and they think that this is a system that works even though it's failed in 40 countries over the span of 6,000 years, even though it's a latecomer, it's already had massive failure. But I tell young people, I say, listen, you're getting an A in class because you do your homework and you're smart as a whip and you get up early and you go to bed late and you do what's necessary. You don't do squat. You are lazy and shiftless and you're pathetic, quite honestly. And I don't know you, it's illustratively speaking.
Hey, take it easy.
It's okay. You're getting an A and you're getting an F. And so we're gonna make equality. We're gonna take 2 grades from her and give them to you. So you both have a C. Well, what happens is the next time grades come out, you're not gonna work as hard. What's the point? And you're gonna be waiting for your handout, so production's gonna decrease. So you take the 4th greatest economy in the Western Hemisphere, Venezuela, and you give it socialism. And now they're eating their zoo animals. It destroys a country. You can vote yourself into socialism, but you're gonna have to shoot your way out. End of story.
Sorry, no,
go ahead, Jack.
No.
Jack, jump in.
No, and one final point is that Jesus called us individually to be extraordinarily compassionate and long-suffering and loving, individually. However, he never, not once, made the argument for a coercive, collectivized government to do that for you, to abdicate that authority, to say that the state or the bureaucrat should do that. Never. Instead, socialism gives people an excuse not to be generous. Socialism gives you an excuse not to give to charities.